Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices, and starting with the SP 500 on the hourly chart here. I want to start on the hourly, then I'll look at the tick chart, and then I want to pull back and have a look at some of the big accounts. Okay, so what we've been looking for in a nutshell is, over the last wee while, is the wave 4 here, and we've been counting 5 waves to the upside. So we have our 1 and 2, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the third wave, and we're looking for the fourth wave across here, and then we're looking for a move higher up from this point. So first of all, we can move, because we're on the hourly chart where we basically give rough looking trade signals, yeah, so now from this wave 4 here and the move up, we're looking at this here as wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3, 4 and 5 here. So we can move up higher towards the 2750 area here. If I bring across the tick chart now, just to move in on that, so from this wave 4, I've got wave 4 here in this instance here. So it's a little bit sort of dodgy in here, but wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this high here, and an A and a B and a C for wave 2. So that's why I've counted it, and then looking from wave 2 here, wave 1 and 2 in blue, and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave. The fourth wave here has pulled back to the 38.2% retracement level area here, so I don't need that in there now. And so we'll see a push up here. This little move, the move down through here, counts as an A and a B and a C here. This little move up through here, the first thing we can notice is the strong move in the middle here. So it's likely to be a third wave, so we can look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 in here, and 4 back here, and 5 struggling up here. It's going to struggle at the old highs here. I can't draw on this side here, but I would imagine we've got wave 1 coming up here, then wave 2 coming back, and then wave 3, 4 and 5 coming up closer to the 2750 area here. So that's the smaller point for all of this here, and that's where we're looking for our top sort of area here. So I thought we may have just come to the 2720 area, but we're obviously moving higher than that. And also too, it should be noted that you know, in this whole rally from Christmas up here, the 61.8% was roughly the 2700 area through here. So the 2700 area has become such a nice support now. So basically it's got the 61.8% as support. So that does flip it to the upside. It's okay for a mark. It doesn't have to stop at the 61.8% mark. It could stop at some of the other marks too, and there's lots of ratios. There's ratios that take us up to the 2800 here. The 261 takes us up to the 2800 here. So it's not the end and be end of all, but it does, you know, point out that it's quite a strong market. So, you know, when we look at it on the daily chart here, just to get our bearings here, just bear with me here. Okay, so wrong chart. Oh yeah, right, sorry, this chart here. So coming back to this one here, we know that markets well, have memories, I suppose you could call it that, but it's not really the case. It's normally got to do with volume sitting in the market. So from this move from this high here down to this low here, the midway here, this corrective pattern through here would hold quite a lot of volume in this particular area. So obviously as this market moves up here, this is going to be the resistance area here, and obviously when we've hit this point here, we've moved back into this, but we're pushing up through that little darker box in here is the 50 and the 61.8%. So we're moving above that. So obviously it really wants to push higher, and obviously the next level in here is the next minor level for the trading levels is the 2800. Between the 2800 and the 2700, we're heading towards the 2650. So that's the important number there. And then from the 50 to the 800 here, we've got group 2 in here, which is the 2765, 2772, and the 2780 at that point for group 2. But this move up through here, we need to just explore that for a moment. I hope that's okay, because it still could be corrective. It's still meeting its resistance up here in that way, and the 61.8% is not the end of all, but it does slightly sort of give it that more bullish pattern, and that's the way we've been viewing it, as you know, coming up through here as an impulse wave rather than a corrective wave. But I just want to explore that a little bit in here. So one of the first things I want to do is, we know we'll go to the 4-hour chart. This has been our count here. So our count has been this here. So wave 1 and 2 in here, and then 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave, ABC for the fourth, and we've been counting 5 waves up here. All of that's fine, and we can get to the top here and we can have some type of correction here. But I've never really been satisfied with this particular pattern in through here. Okay, so I need to look at this, in all possible patterns, all of this. So yes, we'll get to the top here, and we'll have some sort of correction here, and it may even push up a little bit higher. But one of the first things I want to have a look at is, I think I've got it on this chart here, is this idea here. So we have wave C here of wave 4 here, and we're looking at a bullish pattern here. So in this case here, I would look at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here. And then I would look at all of this here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So this top that we're looking for over here, if it pushes up a little bit higher, we can look at it as wave 3, and then pulling back for wave 4 here, and then pushing higher into this space up here, making a new high up here anyway towards the 3000 area here. So in this instance here, this would go up a little bit higher in here, then we'll have an A and a B and a C here for this wave 4. That could pull back to this wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, and then push up into wave 5 up through here. So I think it's something that we can just leave on the table for a little while and just have a closer look at this, because what this would do is actually give us a shallower retracement level here, where in the other case, if we were counting the 5 waves up here, if I can just copy that for a moment, that would have wave 1 up here and wave 2 down here, which would be a deeper 50-60% retracement level here. So this gives us the opportunity not to be trapped, not to get caught out here, but to monitor both counts within this space here. Okay, so that's one of the things that I wanted to put forward. The other one is that, when we consider this count here as 1 and 2 and 3 up here, coming to the resistance up at this space here, even though it's gone beyond the 61.8%, it's really in 3 waves at this point. So this could also lead us into this particular count here that we would need to be mindful of here as still a corrective move to the upside. So looking at this as the A wave here, the B wave here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 finishing wherever it finishes up here at the 2750 area, and having it as wave C up here. And if that's the case, then this bigger picture, coming back to the daily chart here for a moment, coming back to this pattern here, then this particular pattern here would bring us, I'd have to move that down here, would have a B wave over here, we can have that as the B wave here, and then we can have a C wave down through to here as a flat, more of a flat correction, or even a triangle pattern and so on. So we need just to be mindful of that there as well. Look, today I just wanted to put those on the table, and we can just basically work through those. So they're they're all the basic possibilities that can play out, and I think it's good to have them on the table and we can sort through them. So if I go back to this 1 hour count here for this market here, then move over to the Nasdaq here for a moment, then we can look at the Nasdaq doing the same thing as well. So from wave 4 here, wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then moving up here with one more new high to play out for the Nasdaq. So we can also move this up. We've been having this entry here, we've had the stop at here and here and here, so we can really bring it up here. You can even exit above the high here. I mean, this move up through here will eventually be pulled back down to the 7,000, but a trading stop is a logical stop. Okay, so you can move that trading stop closer if you like, above the market there. Perhaps do it in robo fashion, yeah, just follow it higher through there. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening.